Welcome back. Let's get straight into it. Let's check out the comments today. So Crypticon8652 says top. What do you mean top? You mean top G? Ave865 says sure break one lah, sure make money one lah, very easy. Hiya. Hiya. Shenchi baby says, okay, I don't understand Mandarin, so we're going to copy this. We're gonna translate this. Translate.google.com. We're gonna paste it here. I don't understand what you said. Oh, okay. Okay, but I can't speak Mandarin though. 我不可以讲华语，因为我读英文的书。I can't speak Mandarin because I went to an English school. I grew up in an English household. I spoke English with my parents. I spoke English with my siblings. I spoke English with my friends. I speak English with everyone around me. So English is actually my main language. And yeah, so I can't speak Mandarin. My Mandarin is very poor. It's very, very poor. So I can't I can't help you, buddy. I can't help you because I can't explain things in English. In Mandarin. So yeah, maybe learn English instead. English is fairly easy in my opinion to learn because everything around us is English. So I don't know. I feel that it's much easier to learn English. So see you on the other side, Shenchi. Penelorable says, I disagree. 6 cents is the bottom. The amount of shorting and selling that needs to take place to hit 2 cents is quite a lot. Dogecoin. Let's take a quick look at Dogecoin. Dogecoin. Doge against BTC. Here we are for Dogecoin. Yeah, Dogecoin is dropping lower and lower. Against BTC, we've already taken out these lows. We had high hopes over here. We were hoping for something like this and a breakout, but we're dropping lower. So yeah, it's just not really looking that good though for Dogecoin. Right, against the USD pair, you think that 6 cents is the lowest? Okay, let me just Doge USDT perpetuals. Okay, now I'm putting on my bullish lenses and I want to look at this from a bullish perspective. I want to look at Dogecoin from a bullish perspective. How in the world is this a bullish chart? Let me just draw some lines, right? So we are going to assume that this is the falling channel that came for Doge, right? And this is the falling channel breakout. Pew! Right? If you were to pull down the support over here, right? Falling channel, beautifully falling, right? Quite symmetrical as it's falling. The support and resistance. We broke out, we retest, then we went down and down and down. Right? We keep forming lower lows, and lower lows. Where is the bullish move coming? Wait. So the point is, our assumption is that falling channels usually break higher, right? More likely than not, we'll be expecting a break towards the upside. And again, even the resistance and the support line, they're quite parallel to each other. So again, could this be a breakout eventually for Dogecoin towards the upside? Sure, you could be right, of course. But then again, right? If we were to pull a support line across over here, this is just too obvious for me to ignore because I'm going to assume that this whole thing is a mountain number 1 and this whole thing is a mountain number 2. If we were to muck around and do nothing, right, and don't break out, right, if we don't break out soon, very likely we're going to head lower, right? And if you were to head lower, I'm expecting this low, and this low to be wiped out, to be swept, the bottom to be swept, and then maybe we might see some sort of a reversal. But at the same time, there is zero support over here, right? I think I mentioned this before. Zero support. The next level of support is at 1.3 cents, where this little before we had a deep lower. This is where support comes in. So from our perspective, right, from the normal perspective, yeah, our target is actually towards 2 and 2.2 cents. We're actually being very conservative with our targets. We are not targeting 1 cent, right? If the elevator goes down to 1 cent, we're getting out at 2 cents, not 1 cent. And this is a very clear head and shoulders that we've already broken out from, right? And we've already retested the resistance and we're anticipating more downside. still at this point of time. Again, like I was saying, if we muck around, this is just going to be a continuation chart pattern as we head lower. That's my expectation, right? At what point would I be considered wrong? Yeah, break back up above the resistance line, break back up above the skinny pink line, stay above the skinny pink line, form a very clear ascending triangle, right? Value 1, value 2, get a value 3, that's it. Reversal. Very clear reversal chart pattern. And then only after, when I see this, will I be making an entry over here to go long and probably get out somewhere around here. That is what I'm going to do, because at this point of time, I am still buyers bearish for Doge against USDT, and I think that there is still more downside. Could I be wrong? Of course. This is trading, and there are two parts when it comes to trading, right? Risk management and chart pattern analysis, technical analysis, basically. So technical analysis allows you to spot market inefficiencies and to take advantage of the inefficiencies, and that is what you call an edge, right? All profitable traders have an edge, and this is a technical analyst's edge in identifying chart patterns, because chart patterns tell a story. So and basically what we're trying to do is to follow the footsteps of the whale. Again, I'm not the one who is manipulating the price, right? There are whales in play over here, and every chart has a personality, right? Every chart has a personality. Dogecoin has its own personality. FUSD, BTC USD, all coins have their own personality. So yeah, but anyway, my point being that you could be right, basically. I'm going one full circle just to tell you, you could be right. Algorand 2024, $1,000. Good luck. Chainlink, pew! 3 rockets means to the moon. And then I'll put on my shades and I go on a beach vacation and I'll feel good. That's what it means. This is what Garik means. Ivy Porter says, dude, another update on Fantom, please. This was very helpful. Thank you for the kind words. Fantom, right? If you look at Fantom, I don't think there's anything going on with Fantom. Yeah, nope. Again, rising channel, something like a rising channel. We broke lower, right? So you could really identify the support line over here. We broke lower. And I kid you not, this is very scary. Why? Look at this. Value 1, value 2. If we muck around and rise up, you might think that, a rally is a good thing. It's not. Because eventually, we're just going to get slapped down. Once we get slapped down towards the support, we're going much lower for Fantom against BTC, right? We're still under the skinny pink line. So that's why our bias is still bearish. Could we be wrong? Of course. Tomorrow, the next second, the next minute, next hour, next day, next week, you might see a sudden spike just like that. For sure, we could be wrong. But the chances of this happening, it's not that high. It's not that high. So I still think that there's more downside for FTM. I don't think we're done yet. And even on the FTM USD pair, there's also a very clear support line over here. And this is looking to me like a head and shoulders. You see this? Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. You see that? Do you see that, boys and girls? Every time we rise, we got slap. Look at the beach slap that Fantom got. Again, beach slap. What do you think is going to happen? More likely than not. Of course, I could be wrong, right? There could be a super spike. But do you think we're going to get beach slap again towards the downside? More likely than not. I would anticipate these two lows to be taken out eventually. Again, how much lower are we going to go? I have no idea how much lower. Right? Again, it's very important that Fantom doesn't muck around and form beautiful, beautiful mountain ranges. We don't want to see mountain ranges. And yeah, again, I still think that there's more downside. I'm not so sure what the catalyst is, Binance collapse or something. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going to happen to Fantom, but it's not looking good. It's not looking good, boys and girls. Freddy Orozco says, bro, BCH took off without me. Yeah, it took off without me too. Damn. BCH USDT. We were anticipating a potential, maybe a squeeze or wave E or something like that. A, B, C. And then we just broke out. It's like, bro. Yeah, sometimes you don't get a D and E. Sometimes it just spikes up. And look at the volume that came in. Crazy, insane amounts of volume. So could we be close to the top? Again, I'm not too sure myself. I kind of like what I see, and I'm going to assume that this is a wave 1. Definitely, more likely than not, we will see a wave 2. So we have to be patient and wait for the wave 2 to come. So yeah, because the thing about Bitcoin Cash is we're very close to taking out these lows. Because if we take out these lows, this will no longer be a squeeze, right? It's no longer going to be a valid squeeze. But eventually, we got a valid squeeze and we broke out. The only thing is that this was 3 waves and then we're out, right? You may argue there's a D and E wave. I don't think so. Yeah, so again, we're just going to have to, skip fast forward to where we are right now, wave 1. We miss it. Doesn't really matter because as a trader, you normally want to look for a wave 3 because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, when things rise up impulsively towards the upside, there are 5 waves more likely than not. And so usually as a trader, wave 1 carries a high amount of risk. Wave 2 would be the opportunity for us to make an entry. And normally traders would just look for wave 3s. And then you take a trade for wave 3. In, out. That's it. And sometimes wave 5 is visible, sometimes it's not. The reason why you want to trade wave 3, only wave 3, is because you don't know what kind of a wave 4 you're going to get. Sometimes it's a very deep type of a wave 4 before we get a very, just a short higher high before we start correcting again, right? So if this happens, that's why it's very important to secure your profit, as we go along. Because, yeah, like I was saying, if we were to retrace all the way back down to where the top of wave 1 is, you don't want to take the whole trip down, right? So yeah, that's why it's very important to secure your profits as you go along and to be able to recognize the chart patterns as they go higher, right? For someone who just aped into Bitcoin Cash, let's say at $300, is this very high risk? Yes. Sure, we're expecting a retrace. And sure, eventually we could head higher, but wouldn't it be awesome if you could buy it at a lower price? Maybe it drops back down to $200. Is there a possibility it drops down to like, I don't know, 170, 160 again? Yeah, sure. Instead of buying it over here, you could be buying it like 35% cheaper, right? Instead of buying, let's say, 10 Bitcoin Cash at the bottom, at the top, you can only buy like 6 Bitcoin Cash, 6 or 7 Bitcoin Cash. At the bottom, you could buy 10. At the top, you could buy 6 or 7. So you see that? Yeah, so that is our strategy moving forward. We're waiting for that wave 2 to come along. I hope that answers your worries, if you have any worries. Oh, it's raining. Yeah, it's been raining a lot. This is how it's like living on a tropical island. Spume! Coroni, thanks, Skinny. You are welcome. You are welcome, King. Great analysis, bro. Cheers. Cheers, King. How long have you been around? 2 months. Welcome. Welcome to the club. It's a huge W pattern for Algorand. Yeah, I was saying, where's the W? I don't see the W. F. Gary, he praised the project and a few years later attempts to crash it. Grifter. This guy's a grifter, in case you don't know what it's a grifter. Define grifter. A person who engages in petty or small-scale swindling. That's why you call a grifter. Who's the biggest grifter at the moment? Okay, I'm going to attract controversy. So, yeah, no. Anyway, Set Algorand, I remember you well. So much potential. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, bro. Rest in peace. So, okay, let's just go to Algorand. Algo against BTC. Here we are for Algorand. Yeah, so Algo has been in a downwards trend. Again, it looks really ugly, right? Again, if we were to look at it previously, right, way back in December, we were here. We've been getting downside targets, the magical skinny pink line. We're hoping for if you were to zoom in, right, in September 2022, right, this had potential to become a very nice squeeze, right? Very nice squeeze as we break out, right? This would be awesome. Yeah, but it didn't happen. And so Algo just dropped lower. Yeah, this was where it was. It was something like that. We were hoping for this to happen. Yeah, but we didn't. And we kept dropping lower, right? And we are still under the skinny pink line. So as long as we're under the skinny pink line, we remain with our bearish bias for Algo. Algo USDT. Yeah, again, we've already taken out these lows. So this is no longer a valid squeeze. We were hoping for something like this to happen, right? Something like that. Yeah, but the moment you take out this low, that's it. It's gone. It's gone. So, okay, let me give you an example. EOS. Let me give you an example. Let me tell you a story about EOS, right? Long time ago, these are what you call lessons in history. EOS was doing like this, right? Something like that, right? Let's say we do a replay, right? Something like this, right? At this point of time, EOS, it felt like EOS had potential. It felt like EOS was about to, potentially rise towards the upside, get a DE maybe, and then we break out. This would have been awesome for EOS, but it didn't come. What happened instead? Yeah, what happened instead was we fell lower, right? And so the moment we take out these lows, that's it. We don't look back anymore, right? From the point where we took out these lows, right here, to where we are right now, US is down 55%. If you had 10,000, right, hoping for, let's say you bought around here, right, for US to start reversing back up, you're 70% down. 7,000 has evaporated into thin air. You're left with only 3,000, right? So again, going back to Algorand, again, we don't come back to, we just have to let go of returning to Algorand. We just move on, right? Nothing lasts forever, and nothing what I want to say is that there will always be better chart patterns, right? So for chart patterns that do not make it, just move on, just next it. There's so many coins, there are hundreds of thousands of coins, there's so many opportunities, right? I have so many, okay, I can't show you. My watch list is so populated with opportunities, so much high quality chart patterns that's just waiting to complete, right? And yeah, a lot of it is actually in the top 50. We're looking at a lot in the top 50 as well. So yeah, don't sweat it, bro. Don't sweat it. The Dima says, imagine a head and shoulders broke down below support. Do you enter right away? Wait for it to retest and enter after? Yes, that's what you do. There are 4 ways of doing things. Okay. Okay, let me just show you what I mean. Let's go to Bitcoin. Okay, don't see it right. Okay, here we go. So when you see a head and shoulders, right, inverse head and shoulders. Okay, let's just look at the head and shoulders instead. When you see a head and shoulders, right, when it breaks, you can make an entry if you want to, right? But where is your stop loss? You must always have a stop loss. Where are you going to put your stop loss? Right at the support once broken becomes resistance. So you put it at the resistance. What if there's a retest back up and it hits your stop loss, right? Or you put your stop loss here at the right shoulder. Do you know the distance on how far it is? Right, this could be like 40% or 50%. You will lose 50% of your whatever position that you're in, right? Where do you put your stop loss? You must have a stop loss when you put trading, right? So yeah, you can wait for it to retrace and wait for it to come back down, but yeah, again, when it comes to breakouts, there are 4 kinds of breakouts. The first type of breakout is we break out and there's no retest and it just keeps dropping, right? There's no retest. The second type of breakout is we break out and there's a soft retest and then we continue lower. The third type of breakout is we break out, there's a hard retest up into the resistance, back up just a little bit, and then we get slammed back down. This is what you call a hard retest. The fourth type of breakout is a failed breakout. We go up, and then that's it. We come back up. We take out the right shoulder. Gone. Failed. It's a failed breakout. Not just for head and shoulders, for all the other chart patterns as well. Of course, there are some differences here and there, but once it breaks back up above resistance, that's it. You must be very careful. Sometimes it's a hard retest. Sometimes it's a chart pattern failure. And you must have the eye to be able to spot which is which. And again, that's what, like I was saying, there are 2 parts to trading, right? Technical analysis, risk management. 2 things. So yeah, there you go. Hope that answers though. And it's not so simple as retest and then you make an entry. There's so many things that you have to think of. So yeah. Wulkar Marine says, hi bro, cheers. What do you think about cryptos like IOTA or Fetch? I like IOTA and I like Fetch. I know they have potential. IOTA is for Internet of Things. Fetch is for, Fetch is an AI project. So yeah, definitely Internet of Things. Can you imagine your, I think I mentioned this before. Did I not? Your fridge, right? Your fridge has a milk carton and then you have finished drinking your milk. And then the fridge knows that your milk is already like 80% gone. And what your fridge does is it sends an order to your local supermarket, and then your local supermarket receives the order and dispatches the autonomous robot to take a milk into the self-driving truck and goes to your house. And the robots, right, the AI robots, will go and pick up the milk and take the milk to the fridge and replenish your milk for you. All done automatically. So Fetch.ai will be on the artificial intelligence part. IOTA will be more on the Internet of Things part. Internet of Things is things communicating with each other. Fridge communicating with your supermarkets are communicating with the self-driving car communicating with your assistant robots, and your robot communicating with your fridge. So yeah, I know this is very simple. My explanation is very simple, but my point is that definitely has potential, IOTA and Fetch. Right? There are many other coins, not just IOTA and Fetch. So yeah, definitely these are two more well-known coins. So yeah, it could be a great opportunity. Hope that answers your question. Wilcar Marine. Wilcar has been around for 2 months. F. Ang says, thanks for the videos on BCH. You're welcome, King. All right, boys and girls, I guess that's it for today's comments read out. Hope you guys enjoyed it. See you in the next one. All right, see you. Ta-ta.